Okay, so basically, my camera died on my old horse. You'll notice I have a completely new horse here. Yeah, this is Monty. He is actually a 15-year-old American saddlebred, and he is going to be helping me with the remainder of the video. What you also don't realize is we're actually about 500 miles away from where we started. The last horse was in Missouri, and we are now in Ohio, so we're making do. I'm just going to pick up where we left off with the other horse. I already have his saddle on him, and I'm going to show you how to cinch him up. First, I'm going to grab the cinch, and this is the latigo. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to run this towards you on the bottom ring, hold all the way through, and make sure this doesn't get twisted. Then you're going to take it, and you're going to run it through the top loop, away from you. And it really just depends how big the horse is and how long the latigo is, how many times you wrap it around. You'll get used to it. You just kind of have to feel it out. For him, we're going to run it through the bottom loop once more. Again, don't make it twisted like I am right now. And then, basically the way you do it is like a man's tie. Take this little pointy part right here, and you're going to slip it through the silver loop. You're going to go underneath to the left first. Now bear with me, because it's about 15 degrees out right now, and my hands are somewhat frozen. I'm going to pull it through. Then you're going to go over, and you're going to go under the right part of the loop towards you this time. So it looks like this. And then you're going to pull the end of it through the loop you just made. Like this. And now if you need to tighten it, you're going to pull the top piece towards you and up. And this piece right here, pull towards you. And this piece that goes through, you pull down. So it ends up looking like a man's tie. And I'm just going to pull this stirrup back down, and that's the saddle. Now we're going to go get the bridle, which is the part that goes on his face. The part that helps control the horse. This bridle, we have the reins, the bridle part, and we have the bit. This is called a twisted wire. It's just a different variation. It's pretty common with the saddlebreds. Now when you're bridling, I'm going to have you walk around here so I can show his face pretty well. What I'm going to do first, unclip him from his cross tie. I'm going to undo his halter. And I know him, and I know he's not going to run away, but especially for a horse you don't know as well, I'm going to slip the top part of the halter off his nose and put it around his neck. So in case he were to try to run away, I would have something to grab onto more easily than his face. Now first I'm going to drop my reins, and I'm going to place them over his head. Again, that's just kind of to give you more control in case to run away. Now when bridling a horse, you have to make sure nothing's twisted first. This is the throat latch, and I already made sure that that was undone. So you're going to undo that first. Then you're going to grab on to the top part of the bridle, and you're going to put your hand on the bit and make sure it's not twisted. You're going to put your hand flat, and you're just kind of going to offer it to his head. Now another thing you can do to make it easier so they don't put their head up is you can kind of put your elbow right on the top of his head to pressure point. So if you do that, it makes his head go down easily. Go ahead. Slip that in his mouth. Keep my hand flat, and just offer him the bit. Now he'll take it pretty easily, but if you have a horse that's kind of stubborn, horses don't have teeth in the back of their mouth, so you can go ahead and slide your thumb in the corner of the mouth and press down right behind the teeth, which will make them more willing to open their mouth. And you're going to make sure the bit slide in over his tongue. And you're just going to pull it up. You're going to put one ear in. You're going to walk around to the other side. And just gently put his other ear in. You don't want to sit there and tug on his ears or anything like that. That won't make him very happy. Bring his head over here. This is the throat latch. It's just going to go under his chin. It's going to come along to the other side. And it's going to fasten. You want it to be kind of snug, but you don't want it to be choking him. I usually make sure I can fit at least a couple fingers in between. And you want the bit, when you're looking to see how the bit's going to fit, you want the horse to have a little bit of a smile, but you don't want it to be up here so it looks like he's in pain and his mouth's gaping. And you don't want it to be all the way down here because the bit is helping control how the horse moves. You want to be able to have a good feel on his mouth, but you don't want him to be in pain. And now that the bridle's on, I'm going to go ahead and flip the halter off. And never leave a horse standing here. I just know that he won't walk away, because I'm familiar with him and have been for many years.